we're keeping the spirit of Mardi Gras alive by sharing memories of Mardi Gras past. And I don't even want to say his name yet. I want you to hear his voice, because his voice is going to bring back just such great memories for so many of you. So welcome to our show.
Oh, hi, Scoot. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. I wanted people to just hear your voice before I even said your name, because it's so recognizable, and people are going to have warm memories from hearing your voice over the years.
Well, thank you. The reason I was hesitant is I thought maybe you were going to play a clip of Hartley's kick sending the Saints to the Super Bowl or something like that.
I'm not that good. I'm not good enough to have that ready. Jim Henderson joins us to share a Mardi Gras memory with us. And, I've got a Mardi Gras memory with Jim Henderson, and I'm going to share this. One year when we did the Crew of Underwear, we got to the point where we weren't doing parades. We were having Crew of Underwear parties and costume contests. So it was the Crew of Underwear. It was at a bar, nightclub, or wherever. And one year, Jim Henderson was one of the judges. And Jim, you did a great job. And I'd like to think that it was fun for you. And I appreciate you being part of the Crew of Underwear that year.
That was a terrific time. As I recall, Scoot, I think that was during the Miller Lite commercial heydays, when they had all those former athletes and celebrities plugging Miller Lite. And I think we were part of that, weren't we, that night?
Yes, and there was a former player for, I think, the Oakland Raiders, who was one of the judges. Who?
Ben Davidson.
Oh, Ben Davidson, that's right.
Big defensive end.
Oh, he's a huge guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right. I do remember that. But those were great Mardi Gras memories for me, and I really appreciated you doing that. And a couple of years ago, somebody posted a picture of you. I was in my underwear. You were sitting down, but you were one of the judges. You were linked directly to the Crew of Underwear.
Well, that was a great time. You've always been so gracious and so much fun. So that was a very nice memory of Mardi Gras.
So, Jim, you were always there with Channel 4 with Mardi Gras. Mm-hmm. So share with us a memory that stands out.
Well, I was part of a discussion yesterday with Angela and Dennis Waltering and Carl Arredondo that's going to air on Fat Tuesday, because there is no Mardi Gras coverage this year, talking about our specific memories of the times we were together. And I did it for 34 straight years down on St. Charles at Gallier Hall. And the one I spoke of yesterday was, and I think this had to be the early 80s. My first Mardi Gras was 1979, so this had to be 80, 81, somewhere in there. And we all costumed, and we didn't necessarily have a theme at that time, but I thought it'd be really cool to be Superman. So I had gotten a Superman costume that was threadbare, and it was a day pretty much like this, maybe a little colder for the whole day. And I swear it took me the rest of the week to warm up. I was nearly hypothermic at the end of our 6 hours of coverage down at Gallier Hall. So that was a memory of Mardi Gras I remember quite vividly.
We're going to have a cold Mardi Gras this year. The parades aren't going to be there, but I mean, a high of 40 at this point, and people would be out there, and you know what it feels like. I know what it feels like to be in a parade when it's really cold too. So yeah, it's cold.
Yeah, and I remember one of the first Mardi Gras, I think somebody from the newspaper was doing a story, and they said, what would you suggest to people who are seeing their first Mardi Gras in New Orleans? What suggestions would you give them? And I said, well, first of all, I'd find the closest portalet to where I was going to be watching the parade and make sure I used it before the rush started for a number of reasons. And
yes.
Secondly, you should never look at your foot trying to identify, what the hell was that I just stepped in?
No, that's true. But look, that's going to bring me to another question. Share with us, if you will. Now, see, since you were a celebrity and you had celebrity status at Mardi Gras, you probably had a portalet close by all the time. But most people have an embarrassing bathroom story during Mardi Gras.
Well, it wasn't mine, but, everybody in town is in the French Quarter during Mardi Gras. And at Channel 4, the sports office was across the alley from the actual newsroom that we had to go through to get to the set. And it was during Mardi Gras when so many people are in town, and people are oftentimes having to use facilities other than the portalet. And one time I went through the parking lot or in through this alley to get to the station to do the newscast and the sportscast that night, and there was some guy sleeping in a cardboard box in our alley who had used that, probably didn't get a hotel room that week, and had been sleeping there for a week, who jumped out in the course of going across there. So that was fun. But, if the weather was nice, it was truly a pleasure to be out there on Fat Tuesday at Gallier Hall, because most of the time I was down on the street as the street reporter. I can't tell you how many marching bands I heard play the horse. Da-dum, doo-dum, da-dum. It seems like every marching band that ever played Mardi Gras played the horse, and I heard every bit of it in certain sections. The drums for a moment, and then the horns and the dancers. But it was fun. If the weather was nice and people were in a great mood, it was a truly wonderful way to spend Fat Tuesday. Now, if it was a day like today, it was not quite the same.
Yeah. As divided as we are as a nation, we could really use Mardi Gras right now, and even for people who come from other parts of the country, they could enjoy this togetherness. How would you describe the benefits of Mardi Gras?
I think probably as many people have suggested, it brings everybody together. Rich, poor, black, white, straight, gay, whatever. Everything is kind of pushed aside, and you're just having fun as an American in a great city that is unparalleled during that time. And the adrenaline and the spirit of the city and the way that everybody stayed together, which is certainly not the case now, would have been a wonderful thing, if only for a day, if only for Fat Tuesday. I wish we had it again.
Jim, we miss you, and it is so great to hear your voice, and thank you for all that you did for us, and I'm just so happy that you're happy and you're doing well, and I appreciate you sharing this Mardi Gras moment with us.
Scoot, it's my pleasure. Anytime for you, pal.
All right. Thank you very much.